Hello everyone, welcome back to the 30s Diary podcast. My name is Jackie, and this podcast is all about embracing your 30s, rewriting the rules, and letting you all know that you are not falling behind in life. So this is my second episode. I made an episode last week all about debunking the myths of being in your 30s, and I just wanted to make this podcast because I don't see too much content on, being in your 30s, life in your 30s. And I want to create a community of people that are in their 30s or 40s or however old you are and realize that you're not too old to live your best life, and that we're here not just to survive, but to thrive, and that we are not falling behind in life. Because again, with social media, it makes us feel like we're falling behind and that we're not in the right path to where we should be. But we're all on our own journeys, and that's why I really want to document my journey in my 30s and show you the reality of it, because obviously my life isn't a highlight reel on Instagram. I want to show you the reality and things that I'm doing in my 30s to try to live my best life as much as possible, to work on my health, my wellness, my mental and spiritual and emotional health, and to grow and be the best person that I can be. And that's honestly the goal here in life, for me at least. And yeah, I really enjoyed last week's episode because it just made me realize how much I love my 30s, especially compared to my 20s. And I want to know if you guys feel the same way as well. Like, do you guys feel more peaceful in your 30s? Let me know, because I definitely do. Of course, I think every decade has their ups and downs, but I am definitely feeling a lot more peaceful in my 30s. So today I'm going to talk all about the habit shifts to start in your 30s so that you can thrive, level up, and live your best life. I want to keep it real with you guys on this podcast. And of course, I feel like content in general is always about living your best life, glowing up, being the best version, which is amazing. But again, it's a whole roller coaster. Some days we might feel like we're doing amazing and we're like 10 steps ahead, but sometimes we may go back another 5 steps, and that's okay too, as long as we keep moving forward no matter what. It's okay to step back every once in a while, but just to keep moving forward and know that it's always going to get better and that you can always be where you want to be in life. It might take longer, but you will get there. I know that in podcasts, people kind of talk about updates in their life before they start with the actual topic in itself. So I guess I'll just talk a little bit about what I've been feeling this week, any wins, and I guess I can talk about, what I think I really want to incorporate my pits and peaks. And if you don't know what that is, it's like pits is the lower part of your week, but the peak is the highest part of the week for you. So let's be real, life comes with its peaks and pits. So let's first start off with my peak. My peak is that I did not work out at all this week. And it's normal for people not to work out like every single week, but I am trying my best, honestly, to be consistent. And last week was definitely not consistent for me. I was so tired. Like, I just wanted to sleep all the time. And I have been doing a lot of like Pilates classes and trying to stretch a lot and work on my strength and my core. That was like 2 weeks ago, and I felt amazing. I'm doing ClassPass. But last week was me going home and sleeping. And maybe it's the weather right here in California. It's been kind of rainy. It's been gloomy. And the weather highly, highly, highly affects me. It is crazy how much weather affects me. Like, when it's gloomy and cold, all I want to do is sleep. So good thing I don't live in Seattle, because if I did, I would feel very tired all the time. And I need that sun. So that was kind of a pit for me. And when I don't work out, I honestly just feel like there's so much energy that has to be released, and I am not releasing it. And then the emotions start to flood in, and I'm thinking, I'm in my head, and I'm not the most like fit person ever. I'm trying my best, and that's what I really want to work on this year. But I'm trying my best, and it just takes, and even just walking like 20 minutes a day can be a good workout for those who want to get started. But that was definitely my pit. I think my peak is the fact that I have been sleeping so well. And it's really good for me because I have insomnia. And I don't know. Sometimes I just don't sleep at night. I have a hard time sleeping too. Especially when I came back from my trip to Japan, I didn't sleep for like a whole month, or I barely slept in January. And I've been sleeping so well, and it makes me feel so happy when I wake up. Like, I'm just so grateful to wake up and actually feel refreshed, because a lot of people can sleep normally at night and they're fine. But for me, I wake up with like 5 hours of sleep and I feel horrible. Oh my gosh. Sleep is so important, and I'm finally sleeping. However, the thing is, I'm going to the Philippines next week, actually. And oh my gosh, I'm kind of nervous because I'm going to be flying alone this time around, and I'm sad I can't be with my husband this time, but that's okay. But I know that when I come back, the jet lag will be hitting me hard. For real. So yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that, but I'm just grateful for the sleep, guys. So what are your pits and peaks? Comment down below. I would love to know. Again, life is filled with ups and downs, but I love life, and I'm just grateful to be alive every single day. Also, I'm very corny too, but I love the corniness about me. I love the corny and the cringe. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with the podcast. Again, we're talking about habits to start in your 30s to really up level, glow up, live your best life, and to really embrace the beauty of your 30s. So the first habit is to take action. And this means to say what you're going to do in life, because especially in my 20s, I've had so many times where it's like, I'm going to work out more. I'm going to try to eat healthier. I really want to start this business or this nonprofit, or I want to start this channel, this YouTube channel, and grow a following on social media. And we talk about these ideas with our friends and everything, but sometimes these ideas don't really seem to fall into place. And it just takes one step to honestly get started. Like, a lot of times we don't take the action that we need to take. So, for example, when it comes to, say, working out or waking up earlier, and you really, really want to do it, when you're not doing what you say you're going to do, honestly, it's crossing boundaries within yourself. And it's kind of like, I'm going to be a little bit tough love right now, but it's like you're not respecting yourself, because it's interesting when we make promises to other people, like, when we, say we're going to go to a workout class with our friend at like 7 a.m., that friend is relying on us, so we know that we have to be there for that class. However, when we tell ourselves, I'll wake up at 6 a.m., maybe I'll have a nice and slow morning, I'll do a little bit of a workout. A lot of the times we don't keep our word with ourselves. And that's really interesting to me, because we should love ourselves enough, trust that we're going to keep our promises within ourselves and rely on ourselves. So I think the more that we take action and do what we say we're going to do, we're going to build that confidence, we're going to build that self-reliance, and we'll trust ourselves a lot more. So just start small. The more that we really listen to ourselves and keep our promises, the more we will really accomplish more things that we've always wanted to accomplish, and then that will lead to living your dream life. So it all stems back to loving yourself, to admiring your dreams, your goals in life, and to really want those goals and dreams as well. So this goes for so many things. Like, if you say that you're not going to eat as much sugar for the month, then try your very, very best and make a plan what you're going to do to stop eating that amount of sugar that you say you're going to stop eating. When it comes to working out, it doesn't have to be a full hour workout routine every single day. Start off with like 5 minutes every single day and then increase that time, right? So 5 minutes of maybe walking outside or going on a quick little run, or, a 5-minute YouTube workout routine that first week, and then it just goes up from there. And this one is especially big. A lot of people in our generation talk about creating content because obviously there's so many content creators nowadays, and we see that content creators can really make a beautiful life for themselves. So I've had a bunch of conversations with so many of my friends that want to start and have all these amazing ideas, but where's the action? Where's the blog they've always wanted to write? Where's the TikTok account they've always wanted to create? It's not there because it all just starts with making a plan and taking that into action. And it's not as hard as it seems. I use my literal iPhone to create content. I used to be this way too. I remember when I first started creating content, like 8 years or maybe even more, like 10 years ago, I would always talk about the content I wanted to create on my channel, but I never actually posted it. I would just talk about it. So I feel like throughout the years on my channel, I finally was able to create that content. But for the longest time, I was like, I'm going to make content about this and that and blah, 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 but it never came into fruition. So yeah, taking action is super, super important if you really want to get to where you want to be in your 30s. Okay, the next one is to stop the negative talk. And we see this all the time. I feel like everyone loves to they don't love to do it, but I feel like a lot of our humor these days is self-deprecation and putting our own selves down. Or, when someone compliments you, you're just like, oh no, haha, I'm actually ugly. Or no, my skin's actually so bad, but thank you. Like, we have to always put ourselves down in some way. And I've been guilty of this too, but I'm trying to learn to stop doing that. And when you look in the mirror, like if you do have a negative thought in your head about how you look, how your skin looks, how your hair is looking, just don't even say it out loud, because our words are very powerful. And when we say things out loud, you don't know how powerful your mind can actually put those words into action, or those thoughts, like how powerful your thoughts can truly be. So train yourself not to talk negatively about yourself, your qualities, your looks, because that will honestly lower your self-confidence. And confidence is so important, especially as you grow older. When you're confident, you are able to make better decisions in your life. You're able to get better jobs. You're able to attract more beautiful people into your life, beautiful as in like beautiful personalities, and have better opportunities. So confidence is so important. And when you talk negatively about yourself, it's only going to make yourself feel like you're not worthy of anything in life. And no one also likes, someone with victim mentality, or someone who's trying to get others to pity them. Like, honestly, I'm trying to stay away from that type of energy from now on, because I cannot stand someone who tries to make others feel so bad about them, and someone who is constantly putting their self down. It's like, come on. Somehow in the past, I would attract people who would always put themselves down, because I'm someone who I love to uplift people, and I love to compliment people and make people feel their very, very best. But now I know that I cannot be around that kind of energy, because it's very draining and it sucks that positive energy out of you. So be careful of who you let into your life too, because, especially someone who loves uplifting people, you might attract people that will want your energy and will want your positivity. But you have to be careful. And yeah, I think that trying to work on your victim mentality and to rewire your brain and to just stop thinking about all the negative things happening to you, or or the negative qualities you think that you possess. Like, stop overthinking about it. Stop overthinking those qualities and work on healing yourself. Start to work on healing yourself and knowing that you can change, because everyone can change, but it has to come from within. It has to come from you and only you. All right, the next one is to focus on taking care of yourself and focus on your hobbies, focus on your passions, focus on healing, and focus on what matters to you. And this is really important. I think this is actually really important too if you are going through any kind of breakup in life, because I've noticed that some people who go through breakups, they try to cling on to someone else to focus on them rather than focusing on themselves and what they need to work on. And especially in a partner, like, your future partner will love you because of the things that you love to do. Like, I feel like once you nurture yourself within, your partner will love that about you too. And it's just a healthier environment altogether. So yeah, when you are focusing on the things that you love to do, focusing on new hobbies that make you so happy and so joyful, when you're focusing on creative things, like I would always focus on my creative things whenever I was going through a hard time in life. When you're focusing on even like your career too, like advancing in your career, I think that's when amazing things will come to you, whether that be opportunities, whether that be new friends, whether that be a new like love interest. Amazing things will come to you once you really pour into yourself. And then when you pour into yourself, then you can focus on those people in your life as well. But I feel like it's hard to really, it's not that it's hard, but it's like a lot of people just seem to neglect themselves when they haven't even healed inside. And now they're trying to like take care of someone else when they haven't healed, when they aren't working on themselves, when they are not aware of the emotional trauma that's inside of themselves. So it's so important to keep on knowing who you are and focusing on yourself and not neglecting who you are as a person, because we tend to do that, especially a lot of lovers out there and givers. And I think that's so beautiful to be that way. But there has to be balance there. There has to be a part of you that needs to focus on yourself, your self-love, your self-care. And then you can go ahead and help others too. Now, this one is interesting, and it is about releasing control. And I say this because a lot of people tend to have control issues, and they feel like they have to be in control of every aspect of their life. And if they're not in control, then it's just going to cause a lot of chaos. And in your 30s, you just want to feel at peace, honestly. Like, there's a thing called soft living, and I'm actually super into that whole term and lifestyle. And soft living is where you honestly release control and kind of be in that flow and accept help and accept love from others, and just be more receptive to others and the help that they want to provide to you and give you. And it's okay if other people they're in charge. It's okay if other people have other ideas, and it's okay that you are not always in control, because that just shows that you can't trust anybody. And I understand that, life can jade you, and it's hard to trust people sometimes, but when we kind of open our heart a little bit and we let others take the lead at times, it's such a freeing feeling. And it's interesting because I personally haven't really experienced a lot of these feelings of having to control everything, but I know it's a common thing in people. So I've been someone who has always let other people like kind of take the lead, and I've just been very much in my flow a lot of my life, and personally that has helped me in my life. So that's why I'm saying like that has helped me so much, especially in my 30s, to just let others help you take the lead at times and spoil you even. And it's okay, especially for women. Like, they definitely should feel like they're able to receive help and to be loved and not to be so stressed all the time. Because sometimes I feel like women, they feel like they have to do everything and be superwoman and not only excel in your career, but excel in that home and excel in your marriage and excel as a mother. But honestly, like, I have actually a podcast about this in my other podcast called the Cozy Girls Podcast. It's all about femininity and being in that type of like receiving energy. But it's all about how like we also need to be able to receive help and just know that everything is going to be okay. And that kind of goes along with the whole like hustle culture aspect of it all, because I think in hustle culture it's all about like trying to take control and always be productive and always trying to make more and more money and just go type of mentality. However, I feel like in your 30s, it's not so much about chasing the hustle culture as much as like maybe how you felt in your 20s. Like, you had to just survive pretty much and just go and figure out what's the next step in life. I feel like hustle culture isn't as popular anymore for a lot of us in our 30s because, again, we have more direction. We have more of an idea of where we want our life to go. And now it's more about enjoying. It's not to say that you don't view money as important or success as important, because I think that can be very important as well. But it's also about learning to enjoy life a lot more now, because you might have more of the money that you have in your 30s to, treat your loved ones, to go on those vacations, to buy that dress you've always wanted to buy, and not be too stingy with the money that you made because of all your hard work. So remember to enjoy life as well, and that there's more to life than just working. And trust me, I've seen the people who are workaholics and who are obsessed with hustle culture. I'll tell you that much. Because as a massage therapist, I massage a lot of people, especially here, a lot of people in the tech industry. And they got the tensest shoulders I've ever felt. And they got migraines and TMJ. And let me tell you, stress is not good for the body. It's not good for your lifespan. And you have to work on that. You have to work on the stress. And when you're hustling, it's the stress builds up, and stress will manifest into your physical health. Let me just say that. So, don't try to make hustle culture your whole life. Know that you can enjoy, you can relax, you can take care of yourself, and your body deserves it, definitely. So, I just talked about, enjoying life and not glorifying hustle culture as much. However, I still think it's really important, especially in your 30s, even in your 20s even, to learn about your finances, because that is so important. Again, we should not be spending money until there's no tomorrow. I think we should know how to really create a budget in our 30s, stick with that budget, save, invest, and pay off as much debt as possible. That is really important to me. And again, you don't have to make all the money in the world. You don't have to be super, super rich. You can have a normal, even minimum wage job. But when you know how to really work with your money and save and invest and have your money work for you, that is when you'll truly feel at peace as well. I really admire someone who knows how to handle their finances. I really, really do. I think that's so important as you grow older. And I learned so much about finances in the last 7 years of my life. I really have, and it's changed my life so much. And learning not to spend as much. I mean, of course, you still want to treat yourself. And I love spending money on life experiences rather than material things much more. But I think it's great to just budget and set money aside for the things you really want to pursue. But at the same time, I think having money goals is really important. So learn about that. That will definitely give you so much peace in your 30s. And you'll also just feel so much more confident in yourself to know that you can really manage your own finances. And it's also really important to know about money, like once you get married too. Once you get married, your finances, if this is how you live your life with your partner, but your finances will merge, become one, and your debt is their debt as well. So you really have to work on your money and how you view money. And that's a huge conversation to have, especially when you are taking bigger steps with your future partner. All right. Okay. So the last one, a habit that I've learned throughout the years and that has helped me in my 30s is to forgive yourself. To not beat yourself up about every single mistake you've done in your life. To stop feeling embarrassed about something that you did in front of a lot of people, and to know that you're only human and you make mistakes, and that none of us on this earth are perfect, and that we're all just here living our life the best that we can, and to not take things too personal in life, to not hold grudges, and to forgive yourself, because we make mistakes every single day. And when we forgive ourselves, we're also practicing and learning how to forgive others too, because we know that we're not perfect. So what makes us think that other people around us are perfect? Like, for example, for me, I have lost some friends in the past, not because of anything specifically, but just drifting apart. And sometimes, I used to beat myself up about that, but it's kind of also shifting my perspective and knowing that, people just drift apart, people change, people grow. And I used to feel so sad about that, but knowing that, I forgive myself for maybe not acting like the bestest friend at that time. And maybe I didn't do anything wrong. Maybe it was just life and growing apart. But I always thought that I was doing something wrong to others in the past for a lot of things, or I don't know, I would just beat myself up a lot in the past. But now I just forgive myself and move forward and know that everything will be fine, and that there's always light in the end of the tunnel, and that forgiving yourself is one of the best things that you could do. Those were the habits that I've learned in my 20s and 30s, and habits that will really help you out there to really just be the best version of yourself and help you feel so much more peace, so much more joy, so much more real success in your life. And what I mean by real success is not the traditional sense like, oh, I make the most money, I have the best job, but success in the sense of you feeling the most content in your life and having as little regret as possible, and just feeling like your cup is full with life experiences and joy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And yeah, I will be in the Philippines soon. I think I'm actually in the Philippines already as I am recording this podcast. So I love you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Probably, I don't think maybe I might film a video in the Philippines. I'm definitely going to vlog in the Philippines. I'm going to vlog a lot in the Philippines, so you'll see me then, guys. Okay, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye!